Hi, it's Derek with Samaritan FAQ. Just wanted to talk to you today about routine and preventative care and how that works with Samaritan Ministries. Typically, Samaritan with Basic and Classic is focusing on those new symptom-related medical conditions. There's an illness, there's an injury, there's something of concern, and you're seeking out help for that particular issue. And so that kind of, in general, rules out most routine and preventative care from their regular sharing process. Now, what that doesn't mean is that there's zero help for routine and preventative care as a Samaritan member. Let me explain. One would be if you go for like a well check or a yearly exam, and during that exam, the doctor discovers something wrong or of concern, and they want to do some more testing, or they want to do some treatment, or they want to keep, investigating something. Now you have what Samaritan would define as a symptom. So now, overall, you might have a medical need. Like if you're in Classic and your bills get above $300 in total for that issue, now you're looking at a shareable medical need. And so you would be able to throw that well checked bill or preventative test or whatever it was that led up to that, that would normally have been routine and not shared. It's now shared because there was a symptom that came out of that visit or test. Make sense? So that is how routine or preventative care could be shared. Generally speaking, you'd want a budget for those things, though, for you and your family and so forth. Those well checks, things like that, are generally not going to be included in Samaritan's regular sharing process. Here's a couple other things to note, though. One would be that Samaritan has partners. So Samaritan has, for example, a telemedicine partner. That telemedicine partner will give you access to an absolutely free 24/7 nurse advice line. So you'll get to call the nurse anytime you need to and have access to that. You kind of log into your Samaritan dashboard, get the number, call them, and you get somebody. That's been really helpful. I have a friend that with several friends, but one in particular that really worked well for. And actually a couple that I'm thinking of now. But at any rate, the uh, teledoc, or not teledoc, but telemedicine service is actually through eDoc America, um, at least at this recording with Samaritan. So that will be what you'll have access to. If you do need to call the doctor with eDoc, then you get that 24/7, but at a $25 fee for that doctor's virtual visit, so to speak. So that's there. Another thing Samaritan does through eDoc is give you a 50 to 70% discount on lab work. You order your lab work through the dashboard and you get it at a 50 to 70% discount, pay for it, go to your local facility, get it drawn, have it sent to your doctor, rather than getting it done in a doctor's office or somewhere else where you're possibly paying top dollar for that blood work. That $900 blood work might end up, being $400 or something like that with eDoc or less. And so that's really a great option and tool to have for a lot of those routine and preventative blood draws that a lot of people have done. And the other thing to mention is that Samaritan does have some partners that can help you find providers in your area who are offering various kinds of services at a low cost to you as a self-pay patient. That's good because if you have that routine mammogram or colonoscopy or something more expensive coming up, you might be thinking, man, that's a lot to pay for. Aren't you going to share that? Probably not, unless a symptom is found. It's not going to be shared by Samaritan. But the if no symptom is found, you don't want to be paying top dollar for that either, do you? So at least I don't. So you would want to use one of Samaritan's partners to find a provider in your area offering that particular test or service at a low cost to you as a self-pay patient. And if you can find that, then you have this wonderful blessing of paying less. And if they find something during that test, it gets shared by Samaritan. If they don't, you're getting it at a really good price. I'll give you an example. My wife found a 3D mammogram in our area, just a few minutes right here from our house, for for $250, and they read it right there in the facility. Very nice place, by the way, not a back alley kind of situation in the least. So that's really the kind of thing that you can have access to through one of the partners that Samaritan has there. And last thing about routine and preventative care, if you do have something of significance in that routine or preventative department, you think, man, it's a lot. I'd still like to get some help. Samaritan, can you help? Yes, Samaritan can help, or at least members can help through the special prayer need. So if you're in classic or basic, you can submit what's called a special prayer need, and Samaritan can put those bills in front of a bunch of their members, and members are encouraged to send a little over and above their normal amount, like a big free will offering, voluntary giving, and that allows members to kind of come alongside and help. Maybe you've got $1,000 test, and you're like, man, it'd be great to get some help. Maybe they can get you that help. No guarantee on the way that turns out, but it is a way for you to get some extra help that way. So overall, that's what Samaritan does for routine, preventative, well check types of care. Vaccinations not included. A lot of folks go to their county health department to get immunizations, vaccinations done, because it's many times pennies on the dollar versus what happens at the doctor's office. So that's there too. So keep kind of those things in mind. Our members get creative. Samaritan members get creative because they need to, because they're self-pay, because they do want to save money in various areas. And it's overall just impacting the healthcare world in a very positive, very good way, lighting a candle in a lot of healthcare darkness. So glad that you're watching Samaritan FAQ, and hope you're enjoying this content. Hope that's helpful. Have a good day.